How's it going? And welcome to Analyze Everything, where I analyze film, TV shows, and other forms of media. My goal isn't to come up with far-fetched theories, but to present my observations that together form likely or probable explanations for the unexplained. It probably goes without saying, but if you haven't watched The Force Awakens yet, you absolutely need to watch it. It's an excellent movie, and you won't regret spending the $10, $12, or $20 to see it. So by now, if you're like me, you've watched your share of theory and Easter egg videos regarding The Force Awakens. We all want to know more, and we were left with a ton of questions by the time the credits began to roll. Who are Rey's parents? How was Kylo brought over to the dark side? What is Finn's origin story, and will he be a Force user? What is Luke planning to do? Does Luke know Rey personally? Who is Maz Kanata? And who is Snoke? Let's just say that 2018 cannot come fast enough. Before The Force Awakens released, many people watched the previous trilogies, either for the first time, or they watched them to brush up, or just get hyped for the newest installation. I personally decided to just rely on my memory, and I watched a few recap videos. After watching The Force Awakens, I then rewatched the prequel trilogy and A New Hope. Upon watching these, I can't help but draw parallels between Rey and Anakin, as well as Kylo and Anakin. Kylo has this curiously strong connection to Darth Vader throughout the film, including a private moment with his grandfather's helmet. Kylo's connection to Darth Vader, or Anakin Skywalker, is highly important, and Kylo mirrors Anakin in many ways. Since Rey and Kylo are the main heroes on either side of The Force Awakens, I believe we're also supposed to see that Rey mirrors Anakin as well. I believe Rey and Kylo embody Anakin Skywalker in both different and similar ways. Rey mirrors an Anakin Skywalker of the light, while Kylo mirrors an Anakin Skywalker of the dark side of the Force. To illustrate this, let's do a quick character profile of the two. First, let's look at Rey. Rey is resilient in the face of adversity. She was left on a desert planet as a little girl, but she has made a way of life for herself. She doesn't display much emotion early in the film, but a high level of tenacity to keep living. Rey is determined and motivated by family. She's counting off the days and surviving with the sole purpose of reconnecting with her family. Rey is strong-willed and headstrong. She doesn't need a man to whisk her around, as evidenced by her taking charge and rejecting Finn's protection. She is independent. She goes where she wants to, when she wants to. Rey is brave in the face of great danger. We see this time and again, from fighting off stormtroopers, to sneaking around the First Order warship, to battling Kylo Ren. Rey is a skilled pilot. She gets the hang of piloting the Millennium Falcon extremely quickly. Rey has a deep longing for attachment and affection, as evidenced by her interactions with Han Solo, Leia, and Finn. And finally, Rey is very powerful with the Force. She, as far as we know so far, and at least since she was a child, has had no Force training. She has a quick lesson in the Force, if it can even be called that, from Maz Kanata, and by the end of the movie she has used Jedi mind tricks, repelled Kylo Ren's mind reading and read his mind in return, used the Force to pick up Luke's lightsaber while Kylo is trying to do the same, and Rey defeats an injured Kylo Ren in a lightsaber duel. Next, let's see how Rey mirrors Anakin. First, they both have a difficult desert life upbringing. Rey lives life as a scavenger, tearing apart the ruins of old Star Destroyers, X-Wings, TIE Fighters, and whatever else to sell the parts she finds for money. Anakin, as a boy, is a slave who repairs and resalvages ship parts and droids. Anakin is determined as a boy to support his mom by working hard. He also wishes for her freedom. Rey is also motivated by family, as she is moving forward in life with the sole purpose of reconnecting with them. Anakin is strong-willed, headstrong, and stubborn. He fights for independence and wants to be seen as an equal as quickly as possible. Rey is the same way, and we see this right away when she saves BB-8 from the desert-dwelling creature, all the way to her leaving to go see Luke. They are both captains of their own destiny. Anakin is brave as a young boy. He shows this through pod racing, something no human can do, and how he stands up for himself against Watto, his master. He joins the Jedi Order and goes on many missions with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and saves Obi-Wan at least 10, or was it 9, times. Rey does run from Kylo in their initial meeting, but only because it was the wise thing to do. Other than that, throughout The Force Awakens, she is consistently brave in the face of danger, and shows a lot of courage. Anakin is a skilled pilot, who even as a boy learns to quickly pilot a Naboo starfighter, and again, he was the only human able to race or pilot a pod racer, and is definitely the only human ever to win a pod race. He shows throughout the prequel trilogy that he is a highly skilled pilot. Rey also displays a high level of skill and knowledge as a pilot, which is shown when she intuitively knows how to pilot the Millennium Falcon. She outmaneuvers trained TIE fighter pilots with little to no training at all. Where Anakin knew a lot about the inner workings of machines, Rey has a similar ability that she displays when inside the Millennium Falcon. She, again, intuitively knows how to repair the ship and what would make the ship run more effectively through space. Anakin deeply loved his mother, as he says as much in Episode 1 and further displays in Episode 2. He latches on to Padme and is deeply in love and devoted to her. Rey has no such family to display this level of love to, but she cares so much about her family that even after waiting for many years, she hasn't lost her resolve to be with them once more. She latches on to Han Solo and Leia pretty quickly as parental figures. She displays a level of care for Finn as well. From what I've seen, only Rey and Anakin display the ability to see into the future. Anakin saw into the future when he saw Padme's death, more than once in his dreams. Rey sees into the future by the end of her vision when she touches the lightsaber. The final scene of that vision is of Kylo Ren in the forest, which seems to be a premonition of their upcoming lightsaber duel. Lastly, Anakin, being the chosen one of the prophecy and having a midi-chlorian count of over 20,000, was seen and proved himself to be a very powerful Force user. He was considered to be, or has the potential to be, more powerful than any Jedi ever. As far as we know, Rey has had no training in the Force, though I am inclined to believe she was trained as a little girl before being left on Jakku, as she knows what Jedi mind tricks are and she knows how to use the Force to pick up items from afar. But who knows, it may be that she is some kind of Force savant. Either way, Rey displayed Force ability that rivaled that of a seasoned and at least half-trained Kylo Ren. Yes, Kylo was heavily injured before their lightsaber duel, but Rey resisted Kylo's mind reading before any of that. She displayed a deep and powerful connection to the Force. Alright, and we're on to Kylo Ren. This section isn't nearly as lengthy as Rey's because I feel the connection between Anakin and Kylo is easier to see. So, I'm skipping to how Kylo mirrors his grandfather Anakin. First, both Anakin and Kylo struggle deeply with both sides of the Force and have inner turmoil regarding which direction to go. Second, both carry and display a lot of pride regarding their powers and abilities. We see this in Kylo when he's before Snoke and wants another chance at getting the map coordinates from Rey. We see this in Anakin when he tells Padme he's more powerful than any of the Jedi. Third, just as Anakin became unsure of Obi-Wan and even Padme, the one he loved the most, Kylo Ren doubted and even turned against his parents. Anakin was the reason Padme died, and likewise Kylo, or Ben, killed his own father. Fourth, where Anakin uses his Force choke, Kylo has his body freezing, for lack of a better term, and mind reading. Both display Force abilities that are unique to them. Fifth, both Anakin and Kylo have very deep anger issues, and they both lash out violently. We see this in Kylo when he learns that Rey has escaped, and we also see this in Anakin when he Force chokes Padme at the end of Revenge of the Sith. And lastly, Kylo is trained and should be more powerful than anyone, but his emotions get the best of him and he is defeated. Similar to Anakin by the end of Episode 3. He had proved himself to be more powerful than Obi-Wan, but was fairly easily defeated. You see, Kylo and Rey take after their grandfather in different ways. They are opposite sides of the same Anakin Skywalker coin. Rey can be seen as an Anakin Skywalker uncorrupted by the dark side, while Kylo is an Anakin Skywalker who has been seduced and corrupted by the dark side. Kylo and Rey's face-off in the Force shows this yin and yang relationship, red lightsaber versus blue. Ben, Kylo Ren Solo, had a loving family but was seduced to the dark side, while Rey had no family growing up and stayed in the light. Kylo received a good amount of training in both the dark and light sides of the Force, but his training proved to be not enough, while Rey received little to no training, and her connection to the Force led to her victory. Also, purely just for fun, Rey means king in Spanish, whereas Ren means ruler in Welsh. These similarities in names could point to a similar heritage. One last observation I want to share is that Anakin's lightsaber, which was later Luke's, calls out to Rey. Anakin made that lightsaber himself. He wielded the Force as he created and used it. Is it just a coincidence that this very lightsaber chooses and calls out to Rey? I know Obi-Wan also held on to it for many years, but that doesn't seem to be the connection that is being made when Rey touches it. And so, I will concede that we have no clear answer as to who Rey's parents are, but I do feel strongly that Anakin Skywalker must be her grandfather, which means either Luke or Leia is her parent. And that's it for this one, guys. I had a lot of fun putting this together, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you something to think about. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did I miss something? Is there more evidence to support this theory? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Be sure to subscribe for more content. I plan to do at least one more Star Wars related video, and I have other ideas in the works. Thanks for watching and listening. I really appreciate it. Keep your eyes and ears open, and remember to analyze everything.